Hello and welcome to the Hollywood Diner here in Rockville. Listen, grab a cup, settle back for the next 30 minutes and find out what's brewing right here in Montgomery County. Hello and welcome to What's Brewing. Listen, we start this show with some really important information. We love not only the quality of life here in Montgomery County because of services that it provides, but also because of the environment. There's nothing more beautiful than Great Falls. There's also nothing more dangerous. And joining me to talk about this is Donald Simmons. He's a master firefighter with Montgomery County Fire Rescue. And Donald, thanks very much for taking the time to come over.
Thank you.
I tell you, in fact, just recently you all had a demonstration showing some of the tools that you have. But just so people might understand, particularly people who may not have grown up around here, it looks so calm on the Potomac. What's the big deal?
The river's very, as you say, very deceiving to the public eye who don't know this area. The history of the Potomac River, on the surface it's very flat and calm and majority of the parts along the river, but underneath is a whole different ball game. The turbulence, the flow of the water underneath the surface.
Is that because of the rocks and everything?
The rocks, the way the river's forged in a gorge, it narrows down and then it speeds up the water current. So it's just calm on the top and extremely dangerous underneath.
I think what people don't know is some of the national kayak groups that that train for the Olympics are training on the Potomac.
They train
that ought to tell you something.
It is, and surprisingly, all the rescues that we do every year, very few involve the kayakers. The kayakers are well trained. They know where they can go, what they can do. They know their abilities. Like you said, they do train here in Maryland for the Olympics, especially Great Falls and the Lock 5 area,
right?
Just north of D.C.
Right.
But they are very trained in what they do. They are not really our problems when rescues do happen. They actually help us because they're out there. They know how to navigate the river.
Right.
Sometimes they're able to pull people out before we can even get there.
No kidding.
So it's kind of an extra tool in our toolbox.
Well, you and I were talking before we started rolling the show here, and for a long period we seem to have a great track record. Can you tell people about that? I mean, we were doing great,
it was,
not just us, Fairfax. I mean, the river wasn't claiming lives, and then all of a sudden, what happened?
Yeah, in 2004, we had 5 people lose their lives to accidental drownings in the water, swimming, not being able to negotiate the currents and everything. So in the end, 5 people lost their lives in 2004. Then for, I think through the collective efforts of Montgomery County, Fairfax, the U.S. Park Police, the Park Service, a public awareness program developed, and like you said, we did very well for 4 or 5 years. Unfortunately, last year the number jumped up to 6 fatalities again.
So here we are again, which is why I really appreciate you coming in, because I think the more people understand, why is it so deceiving?
A lot of it's based on the weather we have in the area. If we go a long time without rain, the water level drops. People can see the rocks. They think it's low. Not very deep, and they think they can venture out there, but there's holes, that deep pockets of water they may get trapped into, and like I said, the underneath current below the surface will sweep you away, suck you down, and keep you there.
You know, as an ex-lifeguard, when I was in college, I was lifeguarding. Every year we would take a parent who was a non-swimmer who would get in at a shallow end to be with their child who could swim, go too far, lose their footing, and panic. Right. And I would imagine the same thing is happening in the river.
And a lot of it's the people that are out along the river. They don't speak English. They're not reading the signs. They don't understand the dangers, and that's where the collective efforts of Fire and Rescue, the Park Service, to have signs up along the river in Spanish, Vietnamese, and English to help that. But I think statistics probably are pretty high that people that do drown don't speak English.
And we're aware, because the signs are now multilingual, hopefully we'll be able
to we can improve on that safety, reach out to other groups to make them aware.
Right. But you know what, I got to mention this because it was sort of a big deal. Montgomery County got national attention for this, but you don't do things just on the river. No. You also did this big rescue on River Road. Talk a little bit about that.
I guess 2 years ago, right before Christmas, a 66-inch water main broke on River Road. The Montgomery County Swift Water Rescue Team, which couldn't have been any better positioned at our 2 Cabin John stations.
Which happened to be in that area.
Which was our first area for this, right on River Road, just up from the Beltway.
In fact, the guys at the bottom of the hill were the first
ones
going
there. Yeah, they were going
they saw
to
the water coming down.
They were out on the air riding around and just came upon it. So yeah, our job takes us away from the river inland. That was a big rescue for us. We've been to Baltimore for Hurricane Isabel. We do inland rescues during thunderstorms, flash flooding. So
really? Even here in the county?
Yes, we have
roads with a flash flood
we have several
situations?
hazardous areas during the thunderstorms when flash flooding does happen. So we pre-deploy our boats throughout the county when storms are predicted, flash floods are imminent.
And what kind of training are you participating in? I mean, it's dangerous on the river, particularly I would imagine after a rather large rainfall. So you guys are called to go out there. What's to keep you safe? What is it that you guys do to prepare?
Our river team, we train once a month. We have 3 shifts that work at our 2 Cabin John stations. Each shift trains once a month at least on different areas of water rescue, swimming, ropes, boat handling, down to paddling a boat, in-water rescues, self-rescues. And we're fortunate that Montgomery County Fire and Rescue supports us along with Cabin John Park Volunteer Fire Department, who is a major supporter of our river team financially and with volunteer members on the team.
Right.
We have the proper equipment to be actually in the water, where the average citizen going out there swimming, we consider cold water anything below 70 degrees.
Right.
70 degrees seems...
So you wetsuit up and you can still
we wear
go
dry
and work.
suits and the PFDs, the helmets,
Right.
proper footwear, lights. You know, we have it all. We have the best boats that are made out there. We have a wide variety of different types of boats.
Right.
So we can handle pretty much any water event.
And when you're talking about self-rescue too, it's if you find yourself in current, I guess you guys are trained with the whitewater rafting. They always talk about keep your feet in front of you.
Yeah, if you're in trouble in swift
I mean, the
water.
drowning can be you get caught. If your leg gets caught in a rock and the current's keeping you under.
Yeah, you want to flip onto your backside, and with your feet pointed downstream the direction you're going. So that'll kick you. You can kick yourself off of rocks or whatever that's in front of you.
Better yet, respect this. This is a river to respect.
Absolutely.
You know what? It looks beautiful. Stay out of it.
It is. In 1980, the river was well known for being called the drowning machine. There were 10 U.S. Marines that were killed at Little Falls Dam, and the Little Falls Dam on the Potomac was another nationally advertised event.
Well, I'm glad you took the time to come out here. I understand. I mean, just the seriousness with you would do it. I mean, we were having fun before, but this is a very serious matter, and we really appreciate you guys being out there.
Thank
you know that, Don? Thanks very much.
All righty.
Stay safe. Don't go away. We'll be right back.